Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. I'm Joel.
I'm Chris.
Today's band, Yellow Bell. Oh wait, no.
That's the meaning.
No.
Wang Chung.
Wang. It's like when
H-U.
you say white.
When there's a W, H,
Somebody
people actually said
white, but the H is second.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Anyways, Wang Chung. That's what we know them by because that's when they got famous, pretty much. But there was originally Wang Chung. They had other band names. Prior to that, 57 Men, even though there were 3 of them, where that came from. But that Yellow Bell is the meaning of Wang Chung, in case anybody wondered, because it does say. Okay, so apply that to the title of their known song. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody
Wang Chung.
Everybody Yellow Bell tonight.
Oh no, yeah.
It means Yellow Bell.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight is listening to our music, I suppose.
But the other definition was that it was the first note in the classical Chinese music scale. So that's not something you can actually do.
I thought you said it was the last note.
I did, but I wrote it down as first, but I checked. I was wrong. Anyways, neither of those are things you can actually do. So I'm just gonna say Wang Chung is having fun.
No, this band is entirely 80s.
2 people.
2 people, but entirely the 80s.
Right.
Only you can only find. They did have an album, I think, but
Afterwards,
they're hits. Yeah, all 80s.
Yes. Now I owned the greatest hits. You didn't own anything.
I didn't know anything there.
So I put them up there probably higher than you because I bought them.
I like their stuff.
Yes. And interestingly, maybe today's audience knows them from one song that, well, obviously there's one song that plays, but I mean another song that wasn't a hit. It is on the greatest hits called Space Junk that appeared on the pilot episode of The Walking Dead.
I did see that.
And I don't remember hearing it. I didn't, even though I had the greatest hits, I didn't listen to that song because I'm like scared.
I watched The Walking Dead and I don't remember the song on there either.
Yeah. So I'll have to rewatch that one episode just for that.
You probably find that clip. Just type it in on YouTube.
Maybe, yeah. I'm guessing you would think it'd be at the beginning when he's walking around the town.
So the main guy's singing, Jack Hughes, not his real name.
Nope, Jeremy Ryder's his name.
Yeah, all 3 of them, when they started, they had
switched their names,
pseudonyms. But when they changed the spelling to Wang with the W, 2 of them went back to their regular names, but he did not.
Yeah. Now his stage name, Jack Hughes, or I don't know how you say it in French.
Jacques.
There's a movie called that, I know.
J apostrophe
accuse. I'm assuming that's French. I think it's I accuse. I accuse you. But I think because J's didn't exist, that's why it was I. Weird stuff like that. Some people think it didn't exist because that letter wasn't in the alphabet yet. Anyways, and he has a son that's on a British show called EastEnders, and that's one show. I think it's one of those type of shows.
I think that's a long running show.
Yes, it's their type of soap opera.
Yeah.
To where we see our good shows are on once a week, right? They have shows like soap operas that are played at nighttime every day, shooting a new episode. So that's why you can look, and he's been in like over 400 episodes of that show because he's has to go and work every day. All right, so let's get to the good stuff first. So they have a lot of movie things, but not a lot.
The biggest is they have a full album soundtrack to a movie called To Live and Die in L.A.
Yeah, which was a song that was on the radio all the time. The piano thing, and it starred William Peterson,
who's CSI.
Before he was in CSI.
But he also, William Peterson was also in the original Man-Eater, which is the first Hannibal Lecter movie.
Right.
Did not have Anthony Hopkins.
Right.
Actually, the person that played Hannibal Lecter was Brian Cox, who became famous later on. He was in
X-Men movies.
The Ring. I think he was in.
He was in a good movie. He was
Born Identity, I believe.
He was the dad in what's the flights you take late at night? Red something.
Red Eye.
Red Eye. He was in a movie with.
Yeah, but he was in the Born Identity too.
Yeah.
He's one of.
So Anyways, so that as far as I know, the two Wang Chung people have not been in anything.
No.
They did another soundtrack movie. I think both you and I saw before, called The Guardian. Not the one with Kevin Costner. There was a
No, that's The Bodyguard.
yes.
Oh, but there's
No,
The Guardian. There's The Guardian where they're
Coast Guards.
Coast Guards, yes.
Right. So no, this is a horror movie back in the '80s where this, if I'm correct,
So
the
woman
like a
that's-
babysitter.
yeah.
She was creepy or something like that. Anyways. And I think the woman
I want to say Jenny Agutter is her name. I could be wrong.
Seagrove.
Seagrove. Oh,
But I don't.
Jenny Agutter's. No, I don't want to say that either.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm thinking she was not the one from the Werewolf in London.
No, that was good.
She was.
Jenny Agutter.
She was from a movie called Walkabout, way back when. And so she had 2 movies to her credit that anyone knows, and everything else we don't know. But they did the soundtrack to that as well. Or no, they didn't. Jack Hughes did by himself. Sorry. But yeah, the whole album of To Live and Die in L.A. is by Wang Chung. The whole score. So that's kind of, it's like Stuart Copeland from The Police.
Yeah.
Okay.
80s, definitely 80s music. I mean, it's their band, but I mean, if you watch any other kind of 80s action movie, it's that style. It's like
Yes.
definitely dated and
Right. So the one movie that most people will know from today, because the only song we hear from that movie is "Don't You Forget About Me," Simple Minds from the Breakfast Club.
yeah.
They had a song called "Fire in the Twilight" from that movie, and I don't know when they played it because I'm guessing maybe it's when they're running around the halls trying to avoid the.
Could be. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, it's an okay movie. I don't know that I'd call it as good as everybody else thinks it is, but memorable parts, I guess. And then the one of the better songs comes from a movie called Inner Space with Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid and
Martin Short, yes.
Yes. Which I thought that was from Mannequin, and then I looked up like Inner Space. I don't know why I thought it was from Mannequin, but I did. But those are their movie songs, and then we get The Walking Dead, and then their soundtrack. So everything else basically comes from, 4 albums. They actually have 4 albums that songs come from. Now, the last one, not so popular. Warmer Side of Cool. The Warmer Side of Cool. How is that? It's cool, but it's warm but cool.
It's like the McDonald's when they split. Cool side cool, warm side warm.
Oh, okay. That's a song called "Praying to a New God" that came out on that one. I guess it's an okay video, nice snappy song, but the lyrics actually made it to a book about bad Bible versions. And the author actually put the Wang Chung song because it's talking about new. Now, that's not really a good fit for that. I read that and I'm like, wait a minute. If you look at the song, you know what the God is?
I watched the video on it, but I forgot.
It's money. It's
Okay.
talking about just trying to make all this money. So I don't know why it was.
It's not a new God, anyways.
What's that?
That's not a new God.
No, that's an old God. It's most people's God, actually, if you think about it. But so they started back in 1982, sort of like Mr. Mister. You know, the first album came and nobody knew who they were until the mid 80s, and that's when they got famous. But they put out Dance Hall Days twice.
Yeah, and it
Failed to
did,
chart in
yeah.
the first original.
Weren't they on a different label too? I believe.
Maybe.
And the song was I want to say they had a different. It was orchestrated differently, and they have new music to it.
They redid the song. I think
Yes.
"Everybody Have Fun Tonight" was also originally a slow song. On the greatest hits, there are 2 versions, and I think the slow one's the original one. Wang Chung is when they put out their first, so that might have had something to do with it. Maybe that's why they changed their name. You guys want to start selling music? You better change that name.
That must have been whoever's idea it was. It was a good idea because
It
that's
was a
when
good
they got
idea,
famous.
'cause, yeah, that's when. Plus, the song style changed.
But I'm saying,
and
if they didn't change it to a W and they stayed HU, I'm not sure they would have.
That's true. Yeah,
So-
but MTV did come out, and my hint last week. I'm going to tell you this. He looks a lot like The guy who does the safety dance. That could be his twin brother.
Oh, yeah.
So I said he had a twin brother.
I was thinking
ABC.
ABC.
Oh, ABC. You know what? Maybe there's a triplet out there. Yeah, the guy from ABC. That's true. There's probably a lot of guys who had that same hairstyle. As a matter of fact, when you put out, you find 80s CDs, say music from the 80s in their specific style, you'll find Wang Chung, ABC, Flock of Seagulls.
Yes, it was his hairstyle and his jawline, I think.
Right, and
cheekbones.
He did have a few videos where he looked like he was smiling, but most of them he looks like he's mad.
Yeah.
But luckily, you can't hear him being mad when he's singing.
Yeah.
So that's why it should be on the radio. More of their songs should be on the radio.
So last week we did Paul Abdul.
Right.
Any connection? Did you find one?
I did not find a connection. Yeah, she's Jewish and they're Chinese. No,
they're not Chinese. They just like that name. So
yeah. So they're a British band using a Chinese name, but stage names that are French. So I don't know, multilingual. Is that what I don't know. Okay, so their first hit was actually "Don't Be My Enemy," and let me just tell you, that's if
you watch that video with the woman.
Dumb video. You know, I don't know how.
They have the special effects when it gets to that part.
Right, she opens the box and all this.
No, yeah. Okay, so there's a woman in it, and she's a magician.
Right.
Apparently, she does have magical powers. Well, she's like, whew, a person appears. I'm like, how'd that happen? How'd you do that?
He's shaking her, and suddenly it's a mannequin. So
yeah.
Obviously, there's editing tricks. That's how you. That's how you get magic when you're on TV. You edit. That was a dumb video to me. Yeah, and even the good song, "Let's Go." That's kind of. I mean, I like the Chinese sound on it. Assuming it's Chinese because they have a Chinese name, right? Right. So, but then they go to other cultures. You know, those two guys doing the dance. That's kind of corny. Yeah. What's your favorite video? There's.
Hypnotize Me, I believe, is the one where he smiles. Yeah, that stood out.
Well, he does in "Let's Go." He smiles towards the end.
The one that stands out. Well, the video that stands out
is the seizure one, right?
The seizure one where it's a jump cut. Every frame is a jump cut. And not only they jump cut. I believe they interface with the singer and the guitarist, so like you can't tell which one is it.
Right. Yeah. Who thought to do that? Hey, let's do something.
Yeah,
to
and that's
Godly
and Cream did this video. Same who did Sting's "If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free."
Yeah, and all three of the videos that came from the Police,
right.
Synchronicity, and something from I can't remember. Leave It. Probably.
Yeah. So they're all the they're the ones that had their own song that has the faces melding into each other. So yeah. They just do weird videos.
Yes. Now, after they were gone for a while, it was a TV show, and I think I might have mentioned another TV show that was similar. Howard Jones was on it, and Loverboy was on it. They played "Working for the Weekend," where bands from the past came on the show and performed a hit and competed against another one.
Okay.
Right. And I remember Loverboy didn't move on. And neither did Howard Jones. It's like, those were the better songs. But anyways, same thing happened to Wang Chung. They were on a show called, I think, "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
Yeah.
Right? And they come out and play a hit. Obviously, they would play the one that we hear every day. Everybody Have Fun Tonight. But then they play somebody else's hit, "Current." And at the time...
Well, I saw the one where "Are You Speedwagon," Kevin Curran came out, and they had Pitbull.
Okay. Really?
But yeah.
No, I'm saying Wang Chung actually sang the current hit.
Oh, okay.
Wang Chung did their own hit, and then they came out and did a current hit.
Well, I'm saying Ari Speedwagon was together with Pitbull.
Okay.
So he was, Kevin Cronin was singing, You Take It on Run. Where's the one where, heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another. Is that Take It on Run? Yeah, let's take it.
Yes.
Okay. And then Pitbull's was... I've been messing around. Like, yeah,
that's
what you heard? Yeah.
That's why they... So,
like it's true, and I'm doing it too.
but the one that Wang Chung sang, and it was actually better. That version was actually better than I think.
Okay.
Nelly's version of "Hot in Here,"
Right.
and it's a fast sung song.
Song is that Wang Chung's competitor.
Yes, it's a Wang Chung song.
That's a Wang Chung's competitor band.
Right.
Song.
Anyways, and not only that, that version of that song was better than them doing their song.
Matter of opinion.
And I don't think they
matter of opinion. That's why they have judges.
Right.
You know how many judging shows they go? They should have moved on, and people are like voting.
Right.
So it's a matter of
Anyways,
opinion.
they did not win. Whoever
Same like our
is.
top 10.
Right.
Better.
It is. As a matter of fact, let's get to the top 10 right now.
Yeah, and you know what we like we're around 50. We're in 50s, 60s.
Yeah, close.
And everybody's like, they should be in the hundreds or something. So, matter of opinion.
Right. Okay, so
Let's
we're
get
going to
the
get
top
to the
10.
top 10, and for Wang Chung, there only are 10 songs to rank. Okay, so there's only 10 hits we can rank.
Yeah.
All right, and so we will not have an honorable mention, okay, because obviously that would be 11, and they don't have 11 hits. So
Oh, we were talking about how they were bigger in the USA than they are probably in the UK. They're kind of like Outfield, where Outfield was only big in the US. UK really weren't. They were only a bar band, really. So they weren't really famous
right.
in their own country.
Okay, were they big in China?
Oh, you can talk about. But you said Wang Chung was kind of big in UK, just not as big as
Not as big as the Outfield. Okay, so anyways, to our list, and again, most of them will come from these two albums and the soundtracks. Okay, number 10 would be Wait, which came from Points on. Is it called? I wrote Points on the Curve, but I wonder if it's Points on a Curve. Which again,
I'll have to look it up.
curves don't have points, but maybe that's the joke. I guess. Okay, Points on the Curve. This is Wait. And did you play Tomb Raider when we had it?
Yeah.
The piano part of this song sounds like one of the scenes in Tomb Raider. The game. When we had the game before the movies came out.
When they didn't change, there was a flat graphic.
I remember hearing music in the back. I'm like, that's cool. And then I listened to this song. I'm like, that sounds like it could have been on the Tomb Raider soundtrack. Okay, both of us put it at 10. That's how much we like it.
So it's worst hit of the...
Yes. Next one up. We just talked about it. It's also from Points on the Curve. And that's Don't Be My Enemy. I'm going to say it's because of that video. That we put it down
The
for.
video actually took it down.
Both of us have it.
Because we usually say when we watch a video, it brought the song up. This went the other way.
Yeah. So we both have this at number 8. So I have a feeling that had something to do with it. Now, despite that probably being a better song than the next one, which is Praying to a New God, the video is actually cooler. So they said, goodbye, Godly and Creed, let's get somebody better. It looks like an updated type of, it looks like CSI. You know how the CSI video, you watch the show, it looks like it has a blue tint to it? That's what this video is. Okay, but that came from Warmer Side of Cool. Again, Points on the Curve, no such thing as a point on a curve.
No such thing as a warm side and a cool side.
So there's something.
They're a paradox.
Yeah. Well, no. What's the thing? Not a paradox. Oxymoron.
Oh well.
We have two things together like jumbo shrimp.
A paradox is something that can't be, I think, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Paradox is like that's a Back to the Future thing. Okay. So for Praying to New God, I put it down at 9, simply because of the topic. But why? We know it's money, but still. Why just you don't pray to money? Do you pray to money? Okay, you pull your. Well, I guess you're in Vegas. Please.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lottery ticket or something.
Okay, so I have it at 9. You have it at 7. And then I put that there because I don't like it. But the flip which is also a 9 and a 7 in reverse. You're 9, my 7.
You always tell me don't look at what based it on a video. So listen to the song, and you're either the opposite.
Yes. This one's called "Fire in the Twilight," our number 7 song, coming from The Breakfast Club. Although this one is not as memorable as "Praying to New God," but it came from a good movie, so there you go. Makes no sense, I know. Okay, but you know, we're living in a day where common sense is thrown out the window. So there, I'm applying it to our videos. Okay, number 6 from Points on the Curve. I'm actually surprised this is, even though we both put it at 5, I'm surprised it's at 6. Let it be higher.
Yeah. So now we're gonna start getting to the songs where maybe you have perhaps know the song.
Right. And this would be their first. No, that was their first hit. This would be, they like the word "don't."
Yeah.
Don't be my enemy and don't let go. So, and then they say "let's go." So, which is
Yeah. Well, don't let go, and let's go. It's like going somewhere.
right. See, when you say "let go," it has more than one meaning.
Now, if the song wasn't "Let's Go," but "Let Go," don't let go, then we'd be having a problem.
Right. So this is don't. You can't say don't let's go. Okay.
Kind of your foreigner. Don't, or like Bowkeeper Talkers would say that. Don't let's go. Larry.
That was from Perfect Strangers. It's
Because
an
of Larry,
80s show. Okay. By the way, the guy who wrote that show died a couple weeks ago. All right. Back to this. Points on the Curve. I think this is our 3rd song that came off of this album, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So "Don't Let Go" came off of this one. And both of us have it at number 5, but we have it on our list as number 6. Next one up is their most famous soundtrack song. That would be "To Live and Die in L.A." I have this one at 4. You have it at 6. Again, cool video. Why? Because it shows you parts of the movie, and that's like, you judge by that video whether you want to go see the movie, right?
He's just singing it so summer. To live and die in L.A. It's just such a...
Yeah, I'll agree with you. This is one of those songs that it's not the lyric.
It's a
vocals.
downbeat song.
I know. It's not the lyrics that make this song good. It's the music. Like,
Doodly?
right? I like that part. And then
Is that Chinese? Doodly?
And then later in the song when it does a doodly, dun dun dun, it does a shift. Okay. But I will agree with you. It's a downer because I had that on. I had the greatest hits, and I'm playing all the famous songs. Mariah's like, "Will you turn that off?" Because it's a downer. All right, that was number 5, and then number 4, the last one from Points on the Curve, and I'm putting it on Points on the Curve.
Would this be the album you get?
Points on the Curve? No.
It's got the most hits so far on the list.
Yes,
so.
but no. Yeah, but you know
They're not high.
If you notice,
They're not high.
if you notice, we have not had any of the hits
Yeah.
on Mosaic, which means that's the best album to get. But the reason I put this as the 4 hits, Dance Hall Days was actually put out twice. Technically, that came from Wang Chung, but it was a hit when they put Points on the Curve out. So I actually put 4 songs from this album because when it originally was out, it wasn't a hit. Okay, so Dance Hall Days, in case you're like, what's the song? Dance Hall Days,
Yeah.
okay?
It's kind of good. Is saxophone? It's not a saxophone. Dance Hall Days love.
Oh, yeah, that is a saxophone. Right, and, do dance halls exist? Now, I actually have drove by...
No, but that's what this was. Dance Hall Days. There's no longer
right.
in Dance Hall Days.
Well, yeah, I know they're Dance Hall Days, but when they were popular. I'm assuming that was back in Fred Astaire's time, right, where they actually did the...
Are we talking about ballroom dancing?
Yeah, ballroom. Well, I'm guessing ballroom dancing. They got the globe that's
Right.
shimmering and all that kind of stuff. So
Wasn't there a hit for? It was like a dance hall, but it was who did Lola? Well,
Kinks.
The Kinks didn't they have?
Let's Go Dancing.
Let's go dancing. Let's go dancing.
Right. Yes.
With
Yeah.
brooms.
right. Okay. So, anyways, I have this at 6, and you have it at 3, right? Because you probably put it up there because it's more known. But
No, I like it.
you like it? No, you don't. Or I don't. Not as much. It's out of the well-known songs. This is my least favorite.
Okay.
But there were actually 2 versions of the video put out. I forget which one, but I actually tried to click the one that was playing on MTV, and it said this is restricted. I couldn't watch it on YouTube because it's restricted. What scene was restricted?
I don't know.
What the heck? There wasn't any nudity in that, as far as I know. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, let's get to our top 3, all coming from Mosaic. Okay, so take those 3 hits, and which do you think is number 1? Number 3, and we disagree with all 3 of these, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So number 3 is "Hypnotize Me," the one coming from Inner Space. I will say though, this is the one I want to hear on the radio because of the sound of it. He actually, it's probably the most.
I want to hear "Don't Let Go." That's what I want to hear.
Don't Let Go. I'm gonna say "Hypnotize Me" is the most romantic sounding. That's what I'm gonna say, which is weird, but that's how I feel when I hear it. You have this at 2. I have it at 3, so we're close. But you like it better than I do,
Baby, I believe in love.
and I don't remember.
Do.
Again, I don't remember what part of the movie that was in too. Coming from Inner Space, although I've only seen that movie once, and it's probably
same here.
maybe it's the end credits. It can't be when Martin Short's in the movie. That's for sure. No, it doesn't fit him. Okay, number 2, my number 1 song. You have way down at 4, so this is
Close.
my disagreement with you is "Let's Go." This and it doesn't sound. You remember when you were talking about REO Speedwagon's "Live Every Moment," which did make our top 10, and you said get to the middle part, it's like this suddenly slows down, right? It's strong, and then this is the opposite. The verses are slow, and then when it gets up to the chorus, it's more peppier. And, "Let's go, baby."
Yeah, it doesn't sound anything like the verses. The verses is like, "Meet me at a restaurant."
Right.
And that's why I do like this song, because I like going to restaurants. Which one? I'll go. What time?
So it's basically, where are we going to eat? Let's go. Okay.
That's what it is.
I totally didn't know what the meaning of the song was.
That was
Now I
it.
know what it is. Okay. All right, so that leaves us with our number 1, which was their highest charting song at number 2. And it's your number 1?
Yeah, and it's
My number
it's,
2.
it's everybody's number 1. It's the one they play the most, but that's because it's a good song. Sometimes we put the most played way down there,
Unless
But-
it's really good.
unless it's really good. And
So
this one
this is
happens
one of
to be
those. And that's "Everybody Have Fun Tonight." And, it's not a downer, obviously, like the other song. Like, even the last one we have, "Wait. Waiting sucks." This is it. Go have fun tonight. Who can... Let's go.
Yeah,
Which is a good...
I mean, the waiting is the hardest part, right? So,
Who sang that?
Tom Petty.
Oh, okay. That's funny. I just passed a restaurant on the way
Okay.
there that does a Tom Petty tribute band. Nothing to do with Wang Chung. You just happened to see it. Okay, so everybody have fun tonight. And again, I was talking about, before it clicked off, I was talking about there's this thing called Veggie Tales. I don't know, there's a Christian kids show. I had kids, you didn't, so I don't know if you saw them. But anyways, and it actually didn't matter if you saw them because it wasn't on the things you saw. It was, they made music CDs for kids too, alright? And so it had Larry singing the 80s, and the one song that they did for Wang Chung was this one. Everybody have fun tonight. Now, one of the things it's famous for.
Quit yelling at me.
One of the things it's famous for, right, is the middle, where it goes do do do, right?
Yeah.
Well, instead of a guitar, they did. Larry goes wop bobaloo wop, replacing the guitar with his voice. It's kind of funny. Anyways, I think it did others. Oh, I do know this. because it's funny. I didn't think of it till just now. It's because also on that CD, the VeggieTales of Larry saying "Walk Like an Egyptian." That's the song that kept them out of the #1 spot.
Oh.
So both of those songs are commands. First, walk like an Egyptian. Second, let's have fun tonight. I didn't look what the third song was. Maybe it's another command. Don't worry, be happy. Probably not. Anyways, so next week, I got to tie in to next week. Okay, since I just mentioned the middle of the song, I'm gonna mention the words from that middle section. Okay, do you remember the words? On the edge of oblivion, when all the world was Babylon. Is that what you say? Babylon.
Okay.
And all the love and everyone. What's the next line?
Sailing on.
Ship of Fools.
Ship of Fools. Sailing
Sailing
on.
on.
Okay.
So our next person sang a song called Ship of Fools.
Say, I mean, we're gonna. I just don't know if I'm gonna be in the mood to do next week.
Yeah. Not after that one. luckily we wait a week. Now I have to think, quick, what else did he sing? Alright, so Chris told you to have fun last week, right? I'm just gonna say go grab a tall, cool one. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.